Yeah.
A lot of allies in Vietnam.
Good. When you march with those, it's not really great for march. You sweat and breathe and get
Hello,
frostbite.
how are you?
So what would happen is a lot of
Tootsie Roll.
guys literally struck and kept the rough out, double buckle waterproof.
Yeah,
Hey, they're
it's
waterproof.
In there, thank you, sir.
Sure. Yeah, there's a story with
Tootsie Roll?
and
Oh,
everything.
really? So, oh,
Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, that's what we're portraying.
Oh, please grab a Tootsie.
There's a story behind that.
Yeah, there is a story behind it.
so it's more information.
Yeah, it's when the Chinese entered the war.
Okay.
So they did a surprise attack when the Marines and some of the 1st or 7th Infantry Division were up in North Korea, kind of mopping up what they thought was going to be the end of the war. And then the Chinese surrounded them quietly and then sprung on them in November of 1950.
So what do you call your regiment?
I'm portraying what the typical Marine would look like in the 1st Marine Division. And then these two gentlemen are portraying the...
So are you Americans in Korea?
American, yes.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Interesting.
But the Tootsie Rolls is because they were surrounded completely by the Chinese and they had to make their way out of the mountains.
Okay.
And one of the code words for mortar rounds was Tootsie Roll for some of the units. So when they had to call in air supplies because they were surrounded, so they were having everything dropped into them from the Air Force or the Navy. And so unfortunately, when they called in Tootsie Rolls at one point, the person on the other end wasn't familiar with that code, so they actually sent them Tootsie Rolls. So that's the story. They ran out
As opposed to the ammunition.
Yes. But it was a blessing in disguise because they used that to, pop in their mouth as because their rations were completely frozen. So, yeah, it helped them in the long run.
Tootsie Roll. Well, we love Tootsie Roll.
Good.
We come from the Philippines and
Okay.
we see this in the Philippines too, Tootsie Rolls.
So yeah, if you look up the Tootsie Roll story in Chosen Reservoir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.